Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jack's Nation and Mansplain Friday. Yeah, my recordings got corrupted and shit, so yeah, it's Mansplain Friday this week. I don't feel like showing my face today, so, because I just had a terrible facelift done, so, it'll probably get better before next week. So for now, just feast your eyes on some sloppy gameplay from 5-year-old game about picking locks and shouting at dragons and killing rodents and shit, and listen to my annoying man-child voice as I talk about a 2-week-old article from The Guardian. Link in the description. Now, I firmly believe that women are people. Individual people, with individual thoughts, ideas, hopes and expectations, individual problems and grievances. I reject many of the notions of feminism. I don't buy for a fucking second that all women have some sort of common self-interest rather than personal ones, depending entirely on their specific situation. I think it's the very opposite of inclusive principle claiming to speak on the behalf of an entire group whose sole common denominator is their gender, and also assert that because of their chromosomes and bathing suit areas, they all somehow share the same challenges and all strive towards the same goals. I would consider this to be sexism, quite simply. However, Suzanne Moore of The Guardian doesn't agree with me. She thinks that generalizing about all women is perfectly fine, which she demonstrates quite brilliantly in her diarrhea/vomit pile of an article titled, "Why Did Women Vote for Trump? Because misogyny is not a male-only attribute." So right away, in the fucking title, there is a nuclear blast of assertion fallacy. I've heard many people ignorantly state that every single Trump supporter is a racist and or a sexist. Mrs. Moore just does it a little less eloquently, simply painting with the broadest brush that her empowered rhetorical arms can carry, dismissing the 42% of all women who voted Trump as victims of internalized misogyny. She does, however, focus mostly on the fact that, most of the women were, white. Because, narrative and shit. She states that 53% of white women voted for a man who calls women pigs and has a string of unsettled sexual assault charges pending. Now, did you, Mrs. Moore, even consider the significantly sizable possibility that most women don't subscribe to the completely retarded precept of listen and believe, and that they may not consider it an insult towards one particular woman, an insult towards all women collectively? No, because narrative and shit. Nuance just gets in way of your narrative of female Trump supporters can all be accurately diagnosed across the board as internally misogynistic. You just refuse to think that they can actually, think for themselves. You might also want to consider the fact that not all women, despite being women, are in favor of abortion. I would very much like to know which interest is the women interest. What is it that all women would benefit from on the basis of them being women? It can't be something political, economical, social, cultural, legal, just the basis of having a vagina. She also accuses young female Bernie supporters of being misogynist for being so passionately critical and hateful of Hillary Clinton, further indicating that she is in every respect blinded by her narrative. Bernie supporters and Trump supporters may be the polar opposites in many, many ways, but they do share one key trait. They both supported what they perceived to be an opportunity for change. Hillary is the poster girl of establishment politicians, corruption, and just about everything that Bernie was not and what his followers fucking hated about her. But Mrs. Moore decided to disregard that because, again, fucking narrative, and run with the identity politics and the misogyny sequential. The very things that arguably cost Hillary the presidency, along with every other thing that's wrong with her. In Suzanne's mind, women were collectively deprived of the historical event of appointing the first woman president, deprived by internally misogynistic white women who evidently can't think and reason as they ought to, as women, rather than individuals. The greater good of womenfolk was cut short because of women who hate other women, intelligibly. Now, I think telling women that they ought to settle for a corrupt Wall Street insider piece of shit just like Hillary, just for the sake of electing a woman president, it makes me fucking sick. Women deserve better representation than that, and they obviously know they do. Thank you guys for sticking around. I will try and get more bad shit up as soon as I possibly can. I have 26 subscribers to please, after all. If you enjoyed my video, I would be eternally grateful and love you unconditionally if you left a like and subscribe to my channel, and share this with everyone you know to waste a small part of their life. Thank you for visiting the Jax Nation, and until next time, I am Jax. Take care. Give someone a blowjob this weekend, or something.